Okay. Before I do my review, I want to give out my fantasy, if that's all right. Okay. My fantasy is when I open my eyes, this movie will actually be good. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It didn't work! So Fantasy Island is about a group of 5 people that win a chance to come to Fantasy Island and make their fantasies a reality. But when their fantasies turn to nightmares, they have to figure out the secret of the island so they can escape. There's not much that I need to preface this review with other than the fact that it is from the same writing and directing team as Truth or Dare. And it's arguably worse. And I only say that because, yeah, Truth or Dare is a garbage movie. I hate it. It makes no sense. It's stupid. But I have some entertainment value with it there. It's just so dumb that it's funny to me. There's nothing redeemable about this movie. There is nothing remotely entertaining about this movie. Okay, let's see. Where do we start? Let's start with the script. Most movies start with a script. At least that's what I'm aware of. And I don't even know if this movie had a script because it is just so dumb. Like, it feels like they didn't even write a complete draft for a movie. Like, they were in the middle of a writing process and they had started to come up with a plot twist and some elements of it. And then the deadline comes up and they're just like, whatever, let's just see if this works. And then they turn it in and then Blumhouse accepted it. And they greenlit it, and they made it a whole freaking movie. Like, I'm just so shocked that this even got made. If that makes sense, like, nothing makes sense in this movie. Even though they spend a majority of the movie explaining everything that is going on in the movie. Like, seriously, it's just nonstop explanation. Every single character is, like, just explaining their lives and why their fantasies are their fantasies. And then when the big twist comes up, it makes no sense, even though they spent the entire movie just explaining everything. It makes no sense. It's just annoying, really. It really is. Although, I'm not surprised in the same year that we got The Grudge and The Turning, 2 other horror movies that make no freaking sense, we get another one just like it. Although this one, you know what? I don't really know. I don't know. I don't even know what this movie. It's so dumb. Also, this movie is completely tonally inconsistent. It will go from like horror-esque thriller, like the main girl like torturing her high school bully, and then one guy's fantasy is being a soldier, and so it'll show some like wartime stuff. And then these 2 brothers, their fantasy is hanging out at this huge party. And so it'll be a bunch of people just wearing close to nothing. And then one person's fantasy is having a family that she never had. And so then it'll just be her reflecting. Like, it's these 4 different movies that somehow all made it together in the same movie. Like, it makes no sense. And then on top of that, they take these 4 completely separate stories and fantasies and they bring them together. They try to just throw them all together and connect them all in the most random way, in a way that they don't even set it up at all earlier in the movie, where it just feels so forced, and you're just left wondering why. You're left wondering why they had to do this. Like, why do they even have to bring them all together? Why did they have to have a connection? Just make them their own characters. Even if they just had their own arcs as characters, that would have been more interesting. But these characters are so uninteresting and so flat and so unlikable that you just don't really care about any of them. And so you don't care about what's happening. Plus, Michael Pena plays the guy that is like behind the whole thing, and he is so miscast in this movie. He is just not great in this movie. He should be this like menacing threat that has this charming quality to him, but you can tell is still evil. But there's nothing like evil about him. The vibe he puts off is like, hey, let's go hang out, let's go bowling or something. Like, there's nothing about his character that feels evil. I don't know. It's just annoying that we keep getting these movies that make no sense, that are just so lazy, and man, I just want more movies that are good, like The Gentleman or Birds of Prey, that have good characters and good stories and are actually fun to watch. This just left a really bad taste in my mouth. And I'm going to give Fantasy Island a barefoot on a Lego. Guys, I am really crossing my fingers that we actually get some good horror movies this year. Like, I'm really pulling out hope. We got A Quiet Place 2 coming out in like a month, so we have hope. It's there. I'm just really hoping that this year turns itself around in horror. If you guys liked this review, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe down below for more reviews just like it. I've got more reviews coming out every week as movies come out, so be sure to hit the notification bell as well down below. You'll be one of the first ones to be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.